After my soul activation turned me on to my spiritual journey, awakened me, I began working on self love. It was about a month into my journey that I heard my higher self tell me, meditate. At first, I blew it off, and a few days went by, and I heard again, meditate. And I think it happened once more a few days later, so I decided to give it a try. Now, I had been doing my own form of meditation with tarot cards for a while, where I would ask a question and use the tarot cards as a tool to help me seek answers within myself. And it just, to me, that was a form of meditation because I wasn't doing a traditional style of reading. It just felt like it was really opening my mind to my intuition because I knew that information was coming from my intuition. Before my journey, however, I had never heard of my higher self, and I didn't know that that's actually my intuition and that my higher self is my divine self and always has a way for me to balance myself with the unique design of my soul. So when I heard meditate, I thought about the typical structure of a certain pose, sitting on the ground, legs crossed, palms upward, fingertips touching the thumb, your eyes closed, spine straight. And other than that, I don't think I really knew anything about the stereotypical style of meditation. I remember I went to sit outside in my thinking spot where I'm surrounded by nature, have a comfortable chair, and it's peaceful. I closed my eyes and I tried to clear my head because I had read that that's what you're supposed to do. You're not supposed to think about anything. I quickly came to discover that this was nearly impossible. I tried to do this a few more times later that week, but it didn't seem to get any easier, maybe just a little, but I kept trying. And about 3 weeks in, I started really feeling myself open more to my intuition. And once this happened, I started to feel good about meditation and started doing it every day. Once I got into this routine, I received a vision that represented my shared soul with my twin. This was a time of extreme growth for me, as I received several other visions and downloads of information that helped me to understand what was going on with my personal journey and also things that were happening with my twin and how my journey was affecting him. The more I did this, the more open I became to hearing the voice of my higher self and receiving guidance, even outside of meditation. This really helped me to progress in my journey and also to feel good about my bond with my other self, my other experiencer. I learned about chakras and the whys of much of the twin flame dynamic. I learned about the origin of our soul, things I hadn't really ever thought about before. I was given knowledge of just information. Of course, a lot of it is just theoretical things that we have not yet proven, but it all made sense to me. And I would spend time trying to research the information I was given, but for a lot of it, there was just nothing substantial there, or it wasn't something that people usually agreed on. So I took what I had, and more, I felt my awareness expanding. And as my knowledge grew, all the different knowledge I had grew together, meaning it all fit, it all made sense. There were no contradictions. And ever since I began feeling the good flow of my intuition within myself, I've been a promoter of meditation. Many people will talk about the physical and mental well being of it, and there's that too, but I really, really love being in open communication with my higher self who is always there to guide me. And I think that is something so important for us on any spiritual journey. And just even if you're not on a spiritual journey, to have that part of it, I mean, that's what we're being led to do is to bring that part back to our lives, to have that relationship with our higher self. Another benefit was that I was receiving guidance to work through healing. I received encouragement about things I was trying to do, but, to basically get ahead on my journey to try to figure out what to do because I didn't really understand what I was supposed to be doing. And back then, I was trying to read everything I could. And with so much information, it was easy to get confused, and there was so much contradictory information. So then I just started asking my higher self. It's like, okay, I've been getting this information. Maybe I should just directly ask my higher self, my inner being. Sometimes I would receive an answer right away. Other times it might take a few days to come in, and it might come in little tidbits of information. But it was always done in such a way to help me learn in a way that my mind could grasp it, to give my mind time to understand it from a 3D perspective. and also in such a way that it integrated other information that I had been given and was in the process of learning. And again, it was all just coming together. By doing this, this is growing into that 5D consciousness. We think about things from a 3D perspective and maybe only see things from certain angles because of this. 5D consciousness is going to be so much more evolved, so much more encompassing, allowing me to think beyond my 3D limits. Something often practiced with meditation is breath work, and there are many benefits to that as well. Some people using their breathing to help them focus in order to relax their thoughts. Deeper breathing is scientifically proven to oxygenate our blood cells and supports healthy DNA expression. And I also learned about how meditation and manifestation work better together. They work in harmony. And that's going to help us bring that power of meditation, the power to intentionally create, to other parts of our lives where we don't even have to go to a place and relax and all that. We can just do that, get into that heart brain state of harmony. And there are so many things going on, like how deep breathing can help us relax our body and mind and get in that quiet space, but also things like decalcifying the pineal gland, which is associated with the third eye chakra. And I'm sure we're just scratching the surface, but science is discovering so many new things that support the power of meditation. And I'll leave some links below referencing the information I came across, but that research shows how meditation supports neuroplasticity, which is when the brain learns something new, it forms neural connections. And I did a video that goes deeper into this that talks about the scientific research and evidence that supports the meditation and manifestation working together at the level of atoms and energy, moving beyond the physical matter, which is the way we most of the time, most of us typically manifest our reality, whether it's low or high vibrational. We manifest. There's so much to meditation, and it's our way of looking inward to find our own answers, our own guidance. For me, I think it's been one of the most beneficial things I've gotten from my journey, next to self love. And looking back, I just thought of this. The first thing I was guided to was to improve on self love. And then the second thing came meditation. Wow.